Hi everybody, welcome to One Card Wonder Wednesday. It is Wednesday, March 25th, 2020. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all having a good day. Hope everyone is social distancing and staying away, but having some fun doing some crafting things. So I wanted to remind you all that if you join my team this month through the 31st, you're gonna get some fantastic, amazing things. This is the best deal. You don't have to sell. You can just sign up and use the discount for yourself. You can sign up and sell if you choose to, but that's completely up to you. Now, what you will get is you're gonna get this fantastic extra package of paper. It's all 6x6, double-sided, all the current, what's in the January mini catalog. It's like a little smattering of everything from in there. Then you will get this super duper cute little cutter, this mini paper trimmer. Isn't this adorable? I love this thing. It's fantastic. Sorry, I'm sitting here talking away and I don't even know if you're seeing what I'm seeing. I gotta pull this video up. So you'd get this, plus your paper, plus a free stamp set of your choice. So you could pick the most expensive stamp set in the catalog and that would be fine. And it would be yours, all for $99. Plus, you're still going to get $125 in other product. So, the paper, the trimmer, another stamp set, and $125 in product. That's all for $99. It's a fantastic deal. If you do it just to get the deal, you can do that too. You can get the deal and sign up, and then if you decide, you know what, I don't want to use this discount for myself, I just want to use the deal once and be done. You can do that too. It's completely up to you. So anyway, just wanted to extend that offer to anyone who is interested because that ends at the end of the month. Also at the end of the month, Celebration ends. But Celebration has added some new items. So they've added the red rhinestone basic jewels. You would get 2 packs of those with a $50 purchase. Or you could get 2 packages of the mini shipping boxes with a $50 purchase. Now these 4 papers, Follow Your Art Designer Series paper, or Dino Roar Designer Series paper, or Woven Threads Designer Series paper, or the Shimmer Detailed Laser Cut Specialty paper. Those would all be something you could get with a $50 purchase. All those papers are fantastic. The only one I don't have is the Shimmer Detailed Laser paper, and I've been wanting to get it, so that may be something I get by the end of the month. You could also get the Rococo Rose Stampin' Blends combo. I know I have those here. These are the Rococo Rose colors. You get the dark and light. It's a $9 value. You'd get those free with a $50 purchase. I think that's a fantastic deal. The Butterfly Duet Punch, you could get that with a $100 purchase. Or the Wild Rose dies, which go with the stamps that I'm going to use today, which is To a Wild Rose. I haven't designed a card yet, so I'm gonna need some help with this one. I need y'all to pitch in and give me some ideas. If you're on here, let me know you're on here. I'm gonna be asking questions. I might even give away a couple little freebies to send in the mail today. Well, they'll be sent in the mail tomorrow, but not today. Here are the Wild Rose dies. So let's say you purchase the To a Wild Rose stamp set and some other items, and total $100, you could get the dies for free, which would be amazing. Through the 31st. Okay, so I think what I want to do is I was playing around with this just a few minutes ago. It has been a super duper long day and I won't go into detail. It's just been a long day. And I want to do something with this flower. And I had seen something recently, and so I kind of wanted to play with the idea on that. Now this is actually 3-step stamping because you have 3 different images here, but I'm not going to do the second set because this is the distinctive stamp set. I'm not going to do the second. I'm just going to do this flower. I want to do these leaves, so let me pull those out. And I want to use the Stampin' Blends with them. And then we're going to do some fun layering, I think. We'll see how it turns out. Hopefully it'll be fun. All right, so let's see. We'll start with some Memento. We'll just ink this up good. And I'm gonna have to stamp this more than once. And I'm gonna have to let it dry a little bit. So while my flowers are drying, think I'm probably gonna do 4 just to be on the safe side, because I'm gonna be doing some fussy cutting, and I may actually, haven't decided if I'm gonna use my X-Acto knife yet or not, because I couldn't find any new blades, and you know, I'm not always the best with the X-Acto knife, and I really don't want to cut myself with a rusty X-Acto blade and have to go to the hospital right now for that. That would be ridiculous. Our healthcare workers need a break. They don't need dumbasses coming in. Pardon my language, I shouldn't have said that out loud. Dumb bunnies coming in with X-Acto knife issues. I'll just go ahead and stamp 4 of these because we're gonna want some extra leaves anyway. All right, as those dry, I'm gonna pick some colors. So does anyone have any color preferences? I have all of the blends. So if you look in your catalog on page 170, I wanna say 179. I feel like that's where all the blends are. Yes, page 179. Let's pick a color for the flowers. Anybody have any suggestions? There's so many fantastic colors. Do we want to go with the red and pink, or do we want to go with something purple or blue? Yellowy orange? Any suggestions? While I'm waiting on that, I will pick something for the leaves that will go good with anything, really. I kind of want it to be a really kind of a bright card, but I don't want it to be too crazy bright. Let me see. Let's get some mint macaron. We'll use that for the leaves along with maybe shaded spruce, and then we can blend the colors together. Oh no, how about Call Me Clover? Let's do Call Me Clover and mint macaron for the leaves. Any ideas for the flower? Anyone? Anyone? All right, let's go with, well, since Rococo Rose is one of the new freebies, let's go with Rococo Rose, dark and light. And what goes really good with that, you can see right here, is the Flirty Flamingo and the Lovely Lipstick. So let's grab those. This one, Lovely Lipstick, light and dark, and we'll get the Flirty Flamingo light and dark. So those are the colors we're gonna use for the floral image. So I think what I wanna do is I wanna make one flower just light, and I'm gonna go outside of the lines on these because we're gonna be cutting these out, so it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm gonna take the Flirty Flamingo light, and we'll take the brush tip, and I'm just gonna color one entire flower just with this color, and then see what it looks like, and see if we need to maybe add the Flirty Flamingo dark. Maybe the light is a little too light for what we're wanting. Let's just leave it like that and see what happens. And then I want to take Rococo Rose light. We'll go with the lights on all of these and see what they look like together, because I think I'm going to have to do a little bit of blending to make them look how I want them to look, I guess. Or maybe I shouldn't have chosen 3 different colors. Maybe I should just go with Rococo Rose. Let's try Rococo Rose and just stick with that. Let's get rid of the other ones. Let's just go with Rococo Rose. And then the next one we'll do with a combination. We'll do 2 layers over it with the light. And then maybe we'll go over it once with the dark, because that'll blend the light and dark together. And then we'll do one just with the dark. And then we'll go over it a couple of times. So maybe that's what we need to do. Like I said, just one color instead of picking 3 different ones to blend together. And you see, the more you go over it, the darker that's gonna get, which is what is fantastic about the Stampin' Blends. So we can make this as dark or as light as we want. So I'm just gonna stick with those. We'll save this one for something else. We're not gonna use that today. I'm gonna flip this around just so I can color these. And I think we will go with the Call Me Clover. We won't even do anything with the mint macaron. We'll just use Call Me Clover. And again, we can just color these in. Not sure if that's really the shade I want to go. Maybe I will try mint macaron. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll go with mint macaron instead. Instead of Call Me Clover, we'll go with mint macaron. We'll do a couple layers of the dark. And now this technique is great if you or someone you love has a issue with steadiness, like if your hand shakes or something like that and you're trying to color an image, just stamp your image on something else and have someone cut it out for you if you can't cut it out, or if you have dies, use your dies to cut it out and go from there, because it just gives, I'm gonna put this as I'm going over with the light, so we're gonna lighten up the tips of these leaves just a little bit. Probably a little bit more than halfway up, and then we'll make them just a little bit lighter. See what happens. Gotta remember to do it on all of them after I've got them all colored, and now I'm going back over. Has anyone else bought Stampin' Blends recently? Do you need to earn some Stampin' Blends free? Because you can do the Rococo Rose ones you can get free this month for the rest of the month. All right, we'll leave it just like that. All right, so now what I want to do is I want to take, I don't want to use the dies only because I don't want, let me see, I don't really want a border around the edge, but maybe it won't be too big of a border. And since I've colored over the edge, I got to get this to lay on here right. Maybe it won't be too bad. So maybe we'll be able to use the dies to cut the flowers out first and the leaves. And then we can cut the different layers that I want to do separately with just using my little paper snips here. So let me grab my handy dandy Big Shot. And now this is not like in most videos where all their little plates are like super clean and perfect. Yeah, mine's not like that. I use my plates until I can't use them anymore, which I know a lot of people do too, but I don't have a lot of extra plates is what I'm trying to say. So I am just gonna use them, and if they are not perfect, then they are not perfect. You are just gonna see all of these plates in their glory because they are used, and I use them a lot because that's what they're for, right? All right, now that we've got that first flower cut, oh yeah, that looks pretty good with that little edge. Now it's not just white around the edge. I'm gonna snip this off. We'll get that second flower ready, and then we'll get one of these leaves ready to die cut as well, now that we've got some more room on the Big Shot. Get our leaves ready. Perfect. And now this that we're gonna be doing today kind of reminds me of something that my Aunt Sarah used to do. She used to make these shadow boxes. And I don't know where she got her photos from or where her artwork came from, because she was a very good artist. She was good with drawing, with all of that stuff, but the things that she was using were definitely pre-printed of some sort. So it could have been greeting cards. I have no clue. But she used to make little shadow boxes, and she would layer different layers. So that's kind of what this reminds me of that we're gonna do. It's kind of like her shadow box making from way back when. All right, we got one more run after this, and that will be to do leaves one more time because we've got one more set of leaves to cut out. And now once I get my plate on there, I try to hold it down before it goes through just to help keep my dies in place. A lot of people use washi tape. I find it sticks to my dies too much and it irritates me, so I don't use the washi tape for that reason. All right, we'll do one more set of leaves and then we'll be done cutting with this, and then we can maybe start fussy cutting and assembling our card with this fantastic set. All right. So if you pop on, let me know that you're here so I can say hi to you. I'm hoping to see some new faces, some familiar faces. It's always good to see everyone that I know, but I love to see new people. And since we are all staying home more, invite your friends to watch. Do a watch party if you want. That would be fantastic. That'll give more people a chance to see it and maybe make something of their own. All right, so I want my darkest layer to be my innermost layer. And now this only has a couple of layers, but it's almost like there's a center here, and then there's these that are a little bit just on this one side that are kind of like a second layer, and then this is the outside layer. So I want this outside layer to be the actual outside. So I'm going to take that light and go around that edge just a little bit, since it's not quite, and look, it's a little bit darker, you can see. Then when it dries, it gets lighter. But I don't want to necessarily cut through everything. I kind of want to be able to just cut this out right here in the center. So let me grab my X-Acto and I can see how sad it really is. Do I want to risk it? I couldn't find any new blades. Oh no. All right, you know what? No, we're not risking it because I don't want to risk cutting myself, like I said. All right, I'm just going to cut in on this side, and then we may just have to piece this back together when we get done. Hi, Lisa Marie. Thank you. We are using Rococo Rose and Mint Macaron in the blends. We figured Rococo Rose is one of the freebies. And also, the Tua Wild Rose dyes are one of the new Celebration freebies. So we are going with that right now. So what I want to cut out is just this little center. And then once I get the little center cut out, I might cut out that second-ish looking layer. I don't know if it's really a second layer or not, or if it's just my imagination, which very well could be. All right, so I want the center layer out, and I want to do that with all of these actually. So I'm going to cut them on the same spot as I go in right here, because I don't want to, that way my little cut that I took in is going to be at each same spot. Hi Chrissy, how are you? I saw all the work you've been getting done in your yard and pool and all that stuff that you guys have been doing. It's fantastic. I know I have been out, actually I had oh my goodness, had an appointment today. I got a frog in my throat. So I had to run out for a couple of things today, and I delivered some scrapbook page class supplies for Friday for my online scrapbook page class. And here I'm cutting out both layers on this one already, as I'm noticing, as I'm talking. But I delivered some scrapbook page class stuff today. And so that'll be fun. Oh good, you just went for a walk. That's awesome. I need to get back into that as well. Now that, well, I don't have any house guests right now. It's just me and my mother-in-law, and so I've got to get back into a routine. I have to get back into a routine. That's my goal. Routine. All right, I was gonna say, I didn't even realize I was off camera while I was doing all this cutting. I was just sitting back relaxing. You know how it is. So I have used this stamp set a couple of times and I do love it, but I think what I like most about it really is this flower. And I'm okay with not doing the double and triple stamping. I just like this flower because I think it's pretty just as is, colored in. But don't get me wrong, doing the double and triple stamping is amazing too, because it gives you that distinctive look and it gives you that realistic look. But for this project, we're not doing that. All right, so now because I cut out this second layer already, I'm gonna trim around this. And this second layer is like really tricky because it's just this little piece on this side. And so I need to do that on this layer. I need to make sure I keep these separate so I know which layers I have. And then maybe I'll put this together and it'll look kind of cute when I get done. We're gonna find out soon enough, aren't we? All right, this one goes with this layer. Okay, so since I cut into the flower, it's not gonna be a huge deal because for the card base, I think I'm just gonna use Whisper White. Let me see if I have a Whisper White already ready. And I do already have a Whisper White because that is one of the card bases I cut most frequently. I want to layer these with the lightest layer down first. And I need to decide how I don't want to stick anything yet. I did cut, if I can find my pieces, one of these labels in Whisper White as well. So it might be kind of a very Whisper White looking card, unless I pick some designer series paper. Any designer series paper, maybe I should just use one of the packs of 6x6 packs of designer series paper for a background. That would be cute. But once I get that layered, we're gonna need to be able to put our sentiment on there. And I wanted to use the new Seriously the Best stamp set. I haven't even got it on its labels yet. That's how my day is going, ladies. That is how my day is going. Anyone else having a day like me? Please give me a laughing face if you are having a day like me, because that is just maybe some of this paper. It's just how my day is going. Let's find something that goes cute with this flower. That's kind of cute. What do you think of that one, ladies, for the background? Or is it too much? Too many flowers in the background if I use that. Or we could do a simple polka dot background. I don't like that one as much. Let's see what else we got. And of course, all of this is going to be double-sided, so once I get these pulled, a lot of choices there. Maybe we could just go with that polka dot background. I kind of like that polka dot. Or even the purses is cute. The purses would be a cute background. I just don't know. I need some help deciding today, ladies. Please chime in. Tell me what you think. Purses, yay or nay? Or the polka dots. We're gonna go with this one, purses or polka dots. Or we could even do the lipstick cases, but I don't want to do those really. I don't like that one either. So there's a full sheet of the purses. So purses, polka dot, or flowers for the background. Dealer's choice, so to speak. All right, so once we layer, we're going to do one layer like that, and then we are going to take our second layer and we're going to make sure it's on here at the same. But we're going to bring it up with our dimensionals, so it'll be just a little bit higher, and then we'll do with the other ones as well. I say cut the polka dot and purse and try them both. Okay, we'll give that a shot, Chrissy. Let's see. And we're gonna use the mini trimmer because we can, because it fits perfectly. Let's do it at 4 inches. Let's just put a piece right there just to see. That actually looks kind of cute. I kind of like that polka dot already. And then let's do 4 inches with the purses. This can lay anyway as well. Or we could do 4 inches with the purses. Let's see. Because this will be the color on top, will be this floral, this flower. All right, both good choices. We'll give them, I'll trim them real quick and then I can make that decision in a minute. Got to use my big trimmer for this one because I want it at 5 1/4, and that doesn't measure out to 5 1/4, and I want to make sure I get it right. All right, so there's our 2 options. All right, so let's take this first flower. Then we're going to layer on our second flower. We're going to have to get some dimensionals on the back of it. Now you noticed when you color with those Stampin' Blends, the color goes through, so you have to be careful. If you have something laying underneath it, or if you're using, like, if you're coloring directly on your white card front, and then it could poke through. Lisa Marie says, both cute, but she likes the polka dots. Okay. I kind of like the polka dots myself. So we may be going with polka dots. All right, we just need a piece here over by, not a full dimensional, just to hold that together where I cut it. So now that we've cut that and we've put that there, it'll hold it together perfectly. Hi Lois, how are you? Thank you for joining. And now we're going to layer this on. Now this is totally all new to me, so let's see. I probably shouldn't have cut this bottom one out. I probably needed to leave it in there. So yeah, but it's already cut out. So we're just gonna have to put it back in there and just pretend it wasn't cut out when we piece the card back together. Oh, I told you. This is gonna be a little bit of a different project for me. All right, so eventually we gotta put that piece back on there. So that'll be on there. But then our second layer is gonna be, or our third layer, we're gonna add this layer on. So let's get our third layer on and then see what else we need to do here. We just want to hold this together again on this side because that's where I cut it out. And now when you look at a flower, obviously the outside petals come up and the inside, you know, go in. So that's kind of what I was going for here. Not sure if it's turning out exactly the way I wanted it to turn out, but we're gonna give it a shot anyway. And because I totally messed the back of this up, let me see if I can just quickly tape this back on. We're just gonna use some plain old Scotch tape to get it to stay on there for now. And that way it'll already be there before we put the card back, put it on the card front. There we go, look, good as new. Wouldn't even know, right? Scotch tape to the rescue. All right, so we've got this piece that's gonna fit in here. That's that extra little layer. And I want this one to actually kind of, this one's gonna pop out, but we want this one down in. So I'm gonna put a little bit of glue just to hold it right there. And then maybe kind of try to pop it out a little bit. I don't know, we'll see if it'll pop out at all. If it'll stand up a little bit, maybe. Maybe a little bit. Not as much as I wanted it to. That's all right. This is all experimentation. So it's all right if it's not perfect. Now we've got our third layer just to kind of, I'm just going to kind of curl the edges up, all these edges. And maybe if I staggered them a little bit, it would have been better. Or just cut some extra little petals to put behind them. But that's okay. We'll just kind of pop them up a little bit and see what happens. Again, experimentation. It's fun, right? Sure it is. All right, we'll stick this one down in here. And I actually kind of like it like that, but I'm gonna take that Rococo Rose dark and I'm gonna color that center just a little bit darker. Maybe I'm trying to layer too many layers back into this and I need to go with less layers. So it does give you that illusion that you're looking down into the flower. And then also, maybe I should have colored that one a little bit too. We'll get it while it's right here, why not? Those tips are nice and narrow. We can just go right in there and color it just a little bit so it's a little bit darker. I'm gonna go around the edges. I wanna make sure I don't have any white edges, so I'm gonna go around these edges just a little bit. And that's because I cut them out with the dies. Now had I hand cut them right on that black line, I would go around them with a black marker just to fill in that white. This really is not how I wanted it to turn out, but we're going with it and it's gonna be just fine. We'll keep our extra little pieces there in case we decide to add them in. All right, so we're gonna do the polka dot layer. And we're just gonna go ahead and stick that down with some snail adhesive to our Whisper White. And then we already have a little Whisper White banner, but we're gonna get some color behind that too in just a second. Let's grab this Seriously the Best. And I think we're gonna do the Hello Friend. So I'm gonna peel that one and we'll get that one ready. And then how about the Miss You a Lot? So Hello Friend, Miss You a Lot, we'll do those two. That'll be cute for this card, I think. Does anyone have any other suggestions for this? I'm feeling like I might have to start doing my videos later in the evening or something, because since I have switched to my business page, I'm not getting as many people on here and I feel like I'm talking to myself half the time. So again, if you're here, let me know you're here. Give me a smiley face, give me something. And hopefully I'll see who it is when it pops up on the screen. Right, and then we're gonna do I Miss You a Lot. And I think we will stamp that with the Rococo Rose ink because we might as well match it. And we do have our cute little leaves to go with our flowers too. We've got lots of leaves. I made sure we had extra. And I guess we could probably put these on the same stamp, maybe. I want to make sure it fits on. Let's do them individually instead, sorry. All right, let's ink that up with the Rococo Rose. Got all kinds of paper hanging on to me here. I'm gonna get that Hello Friend, fits really nice on that banner actually. And then we'll do the I Miss You a Lot. Because who doesn't have someone that they haven't seen in a while that this would be perfect for? I have plenty of friends that I would love to send this card to. And you may be getting it in the mail if you're watching. I don't know, we'll see. I am currently trying to mail more cards, but I'm not licking the envelopes. I am sealing them with tape just because I don't want to spread any extra germs and I don't have to. All right, let's color this in a little bit more, make it a little bit darker. Still not as dark as I wanted it to be, not as 3D-ish as I was hoping the flower would be. I don't know how it looks on camera for you all. Does it look a little more 3D than it does to me right here? The way I've got it popped up with the center being, I'm trying to make the center a little bit darker. And I did a lot of fussy cut and I didn't have to do. So, note to self, don't always try to wing it, Val. Sometimes it just happens that way though. All right. All right, let's see if that dries any darker. All right, let's put I'm thinking we'll kind of slide this in the flower just a little bit. But we're gonna go ahead and just use a little bit of Tombow glue on the back of this flower because it's pretty, you know, with the 2 layers of dimensionals on there, we don't need to add any extra dimensionals to it. Let's put it this way, sure. Kind of up a little bit toward that top left corner, but then I'm gonna put some dimensionals on the back of this label, but not at this end because I wanna just kind of slide it into in between the layers of the flower there, and that should hold it pretty good. But I'm still gonna put 5 on here just to make sure it doesn't sag in the middle section. Right. And of course, the way I turned the flower, now I can't get it in that section because there's a dimensional there. Okay, this is how my day is going, ladies. This is how my day is going. We're gonna peel it apart because I don't have any patience right now. This is gonna be a card for the ages, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. There we go. We peeled it, we put it in there. And curled those edges up just a little bit more. Why not? Now I almost feel like I should have cut each petal separately maybe, and then that would have been much prettier putting it back together. Let me take a couple of these little petals maybe, and let's color them a little bit darker because we want them darker. And then we'll cut them apart. And then we'll stick those in there and see how they look. Just as a couple of little added extras. Now, I also just thought about maybe using a little gem or something in the center maybe, just to add something extra. Just gonna put some little glue, small dots of glue. And then, now here's my question. What would you think of one of the little gems in the center if it was colored? Would I leave it black? Because that's kind of what the center is right now, is just with the black. Or should I do it a different color? So many options, right? It's hard to decide. Let's do just the little edge of this piece. And we're gonna kind of stick that in on this side. Yeah, I think maybe had I done all separate little pieces and stuck them together, it would have come together much easier. But that's all right, this is how I did it, and so this is how we're working with it. We're just gonna take some of these other pieces apart and add them in, and we're making it work. We are making it work. All right, that one can go kind of right there. I don't want that little piece sticking out. Has anyone ever done this? Like taken a flower, cut it apart after you've stamped it several times and done something like this and tried to piece it together to make it a cute flower and then thrown it on the floor like I just did? Please tell me I'm not the only one who experiments in crazy ways with their floral images. And this still isn't quite as dark as what I had the inside colored, but that's all right. We're gonna go with it anyway. This tiny little piece, this is the last one we have left. So we're definitely gonna need a gem or something in the center of this because I don't know if y'all can see it on the camera, but from here it looks pretty hideous. And that piece just does not look good at all. I gotta take that off. All right, let me grab some of my gems. I know I have some here somewhere. Of course, I have a whole brand new pack of the little gems that we can color. And I'm not gonna be able to find them because, oh, there they are. All right, we have a partial pack here too. I love these gems. This flower definitely needs some gems in the center, and probably a big one, because it's probably the right size, a big one. All right, so I'm gonna actually color it with, let me just see what it looks like if I color it with Lovely lipstick and then try to put it on there, if that's gonna be enough contrast. Or if we color it maybe with a smoky slate dark. Let's try a smoky slate dark. That might be pretty for the center as well. It'll kind of give it a silvery look actually, by what I'm seeing here. All right, let me grab my Take Your Pick tool. All right, what do y'all think? The smoky slate dark or the Lovely lipstick in the center? Which one looks better? Do that one more time. Smoky slate dark, Lovely lipstick. I think I'm gonna go with the smoky slate dark in the center. And then we can go over it one more time maybe. Because it's not quite clear, but it's not quite silver, so it kind of looks pretty like that. And we'll save this other Lovely lipstick one for another project. We'll add in some of our fantastic leaves. Actually, we don't want this leaf on there because it's kind of poking into our sentiment. Now, when I put the leaves on, I try to use glue dots just because when I'm sticking them in, it just works better for me. All right, get that leaf in there so it can come up just above. We'll add some of these ones on this side. And I know it sounds crazy, but I feel like the 3 leaves is just too much. It's just not fitting the way I want them to fit. And this one's got a little bit extra on the edge, so I'm just gonna cut around it. Add another glue dot in there. Now, the individual, adding that one extra in will be good, just because we can put that in between those 2 layers as well, like in between the second and third layer that we did on the flower. And that kind of looks cute because it adds just a little bit more dimension to the card. And then up at the top, I think we're gonna go with a couple of single leaves because otherwise it'll be off the card. And that doesn't really do us any good if it's off the card. Why is this one not sticking? There we go. All right, now it's stuck. All right, what do y'all think? Do we need more leaves? Do we need another one over here? Is that too much? Let me cut these off and then we can decide if we need to place any more on there. We can always add a couple extra leaves over here. On the side, maybe. I don't know. Anyone? Anyone? Too many leaves? Not enough leaves? I think I got plenty of leaves, actually. But it does look cute. All right, we'll just add a couple over here as little extras. If I can get the glue dots to stick to them. Oh my goodness, this one really is not wanting to stick to the glue dots. Apparently neither did the first one. I thought I had a glue dot on it and I didn't. Again, it's just how my day is going. All right, we'll just add those up here at the top. Cute. All right, I will say the card turned out cuter than I thought it was going to because around the middle there, it was looking a little bit sketchy. But we added some extra layers with the floral image by stamping it a couple of times. Next time, I think I will definitely cut out more individual petals because I think it needs a little more petals in the middle. So I might do that before I even take a photo of it. Not sure. We'll see what happens. I love this polka dot paper that comes in the Best Dressed. I couldn't remember if it was Best Dressed or Dressed to Impress, but it's the Best Dressed Designer Series paper 6x6 pack. So that turned out cute. I kind of like how it turned out. I hope you enjoyed today's One Card Wonder Wednesday. My blog post probably won't be up until tomorrow just because I haven't had a chance to type on it today. Like I said, I've been out and about getting some things done. I hope you are all COVID free and safe and doing things at home. Other than today, I have been, but today was kind of an unavoidable thing that I had to do. But thank you for joining me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you have a great rest of your Wednesday, and I'll be back tomorrow doing something. I am not sure what I'm doing tomorrow yet either, but I'll try to plan a little better than I did today. Thanks. Have a great evening. Bye.